She's she's been through a lot.
Oh my god, this is bright.
Oh my god, that's the brightest light ever.
That's what I was telling her.
That
Wait, no, I haven't actually done it.
Who's a woman in your life that you really admire, and what about her inspires you?
A woman in my life that really inspires me is my mom.
My mom.
My mom.
My mother.
My mother.
well, I mean, mom is always the go-to, right?
Yeah.
And mom has always been helpful and good.
That's a loaded question. Of course, I'm inclined to say my mother.
I really admire my mom.
My mother's best friend, or my godmother.
I have to say my mother.
Probably my mom.
I admire my mom the most.
She's a strong woman. She's really smart. She's taught me basically everything I know in my life. And she's my best friend. Tell her everything, so I love her.
She's always puts others before herself, and she's really considerate. Because despite all the challenges I throw at her, she's always there for me.
She has worked very hard to get our family to this country, and she's worked very hard for my rights.
Her mom wasn't the best, and she didn't have a father figure. But not a lot of that's reflected in my childhood, so.
It's really awesome how much she, cares. I think it's like that with most moms, hopefully, but
Yeah.
She inspired me. She was the one that set the foundation for me and my beliefs system.
A woman in my life that I really my grandmother. She was dirt poor and stuff like that, but she never lost her kindness and everything that made her her, and I think that's really something to look up to.
My grandmother and my mother inspire me the most because anytime that I need help, they're always there for me. And they've been through so many different struggles throughout their life, and they've always persevered without complaining.
Both of my grandmothers, because they're really creative, and I feel like that's where I get my creative ability from, and I feel like that's the most talented part about me, my creativity.
Probably my grandmother. Since she was born on an island, people treated her less than and as if she was uncultured and different. The way that she pushed through that, I admire that, and I think about it all the time.
My sister, she's been through a lot, and despite it all, she wakes up every morning and takes those little tiny little steps to keep going and keep getting better after all she's been through.
My cousin Joy, I think it's really beautiful how no matter what, no matter if there are people there for her or not, she's always going to keep pushing forward to what she wants, and she's going to work hard for what she wants, whether she has the resources or not.
My sister, she runs a production company, and she's not afraid to be artsy and open about it, which is really inspiring to me.
And a woman in general that I admire is Katherine Johnson. Have you seen the movie Hidden Figures?
Yeah.
It's Katherine Johnson. I just think women in STEM are really cool.
Yeah.
I would also choose Rosa Parks, who was steadfast and was a pioneer. She is the one who kind of set her own path and led the way for others. And I think I have done a lot of that in my life.
I'm gonna go with my third grade teacher. Her name was Miss Zuberbuehler. She would take every single kid out on her dime, and she had to spend the night party, and we all watched Pippi Longstocking.
A woman that really inspires me is Beyonce. She always inspires women to keep pushing throughout the boundaries that they may encounter in life.
And how has she shaped the way you see yourself for the goals that you have?
Well, she, raised me, so,
Yeah.
I don't know, she always just she never made anything feel out of reach.
She shaped me by, my belief in Jesus Christ. So now I know I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Both of them, my mom and Katherine Johnson, made me believe that I can do anything.
It just makes me overall more of a confident person and doesn't make me feel belittled in what I want to do because I'm a woman.
Well, since she was a teacher and now I'm a teacher, her influence and just the way that she carried her personality in class.
I just think she pushes me to be the best person I can be. I want to pursue journalism. She's supportive of that, and she, introduces me to things that can help me pursue that goal.
And have you ever looked up to a public figure rather than someone you know personally?
Yes. Yeah. I'd
Yeah.
say yeah.
Well, yes, I've looked up to a few people who are, famous. Is that what you're asking?
Mm-hmm.
Stevie Nicks.
I have looked up to Lea Salonga.
Beyonce.
I'm gonna say Jimmy Carter.
I really look up to Ariana Grande.
Shirley Chisholm.
Marseille Martin. I look up to a lot of like black girl entrepreneurs and businesswomen.
Alicia Keys or Janae Monáe.
I looked up to Michelle Yeoh. There's a lot you can learn from people who, you know, public figures who've made it. Not even like made it, just they're out there and doing stuff.
Do you think it's different?
Yeah, because, you know, you can't really talk to them personally, so you don't really know what their lives are like.
It's different because, you know, that's my mother. I've been with her my whole life, and I trust her, and that's not something that, you know, I get around to a lot of people.
It was more of admiring them than like actually looking up to them.
And I think that's completely different than looking up to someone that I have a connection with and that I have experienced life with. Because having that personal connection is so much deeper than what you see on the screen or on the news.
Like, even with Katherine Johnson, I don't know the full extent. I don't know her. I don't know her heart. With people in your life, you can see the things that you admire as well as their flaws.
When it comes to like admiring a family member like my mom, I see like a more vulnerable side of her. I see like all sides of her, like throughout the highs and then the lows. So I think, wait, what are you asking? Like,
no, that answered the question.
Okay.
Do you try to be an inspiration to others and why?
Yes, I try, but I hope I come off as welcoming and yeah.
I've always tried to inspire others by being genuine, by being truthful, and just being original and steadfast in the things that I believe in. I've always tried to be ethical, and not tried to be, I have been, you know, ethical. I do my best to empower others, and not only the things that I say, but the things that I do and how I live my life.
I just try to be myself, and if, I don't know, people happen to be inspired, then, you know, why not?
I'm not going to be inauthentic to myself to try and serve as a role model to others.
I try to let everybody know that like how you present yourself is very important and first impressions are everything.
I try to be an inspiration to others in the dance world.
Yes, I would say I would try to be an inspiration to others, especially now that I'm a senior.
It's important to have people that inspire you because there's a lot of people that inspired me. And I don't know if I'd be where I am without them.
I feel like we all have something that we can offer the world by using our best qualities and putting our best foot forward with everything. I think that we can all find a way to make the world a better place.
Well, yes, because being an inspiration to other people means being the best version of yourself, or like trying to be the best version of yourself.
I do try to be an inspiration because seeing, you know, the things that I went through and the hardships, I'd rather than not go through that.
And how do these role models shape the way you think about being a woman?
It just shows how beautiful it is to be a woman, and how no matter how much the public or anybody tries to bring you down as a woman, you always have other women to look up to. If there are other women in the world who can get through it, then I can too, because I know that I have a community of women around me who can strengthen me in all that I do.
It makes me proud to be a woman because I'm able to look up to people who do amazing things despite all the things that they go through, especially in our society today.
What advice would you give about staying true to yourself while admiring others?
So you take inspirations from other people and be thankful about the things that they share with you that make you feel like you could be better because you take and embrace those things, but true to yourself.
Well, in order to be yourself, you need to access a part of you that can look up to other people, because then you inspire yourself and then you can be the best version of yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, you definitely don't want to like put on a persona that's so harsh that you don't know where to draw the line between like you trying to identify as that higher person and then trying to like identify who you are.
You can admire other people and then also acknowledge that you are your own person. It's not good to base everything you do on other people and what they're doing, because you have your own circumstances and you have your own personality going on.
Not everything is for you. And what's for you is for you, which are words that my mother has taught me.
Make sure that you're the best version of yourself. You can take the things that were strengths in other people and try to, you know, be strong and maybe mirror that, but not to be a litmus test of them. I think you should be original, use their strengths, but also make it your own.
Take them as inspiration for the things that you can do in your life while still being you.
It's good. I think that looking at other people as inspiration is very good because you can start to see how to make yourself a better person as well. And I'm sure there's so many other people who think the same about you, and I think we can all use that to lift each other up and become the best versions of ourselves.
Knowing your individuality.
That's good.
And being true to yourself.
I agree.
I agree too.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Woo! That light.
You good?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
This was great, Karrisa. Thank you.